they separated these two best-friend orangutan and silverback. 5 years later, the reunion is beyond shocking. The morning mist clung to the canopy like a shroud, heavy with the humid promise of rain, casting a pale, ghostly light over the lush expanse of the sanctuary. In the heart of this verdant refuge, a behavior was unfolding that shattered every known rule of the wild. A massive silverback gorilla, a creature biologically forged for dominance and vibrant strength, sat completely motionless, his broad back turned toward the lush foliage he usually commanded. His name was Quito, and his dark, intelligent eyes were fixed on an empty space across the enclosure, staring through the morning fog with a hollow intensity that made the surrounding air feel thick with an unspoken, suffocating grief. He was refusing his favorite bamboo shoots, rejecting the warmth of the morning sun, and emitting a low, rhythmic hum, a sound of profound, guttural mourning that defied the fierce independence of his species. It was a sound that tasted like ash in the mouths of the keepers who listened, an auditory manifestation of an invisible, tearing emotional weight. Before we delve deeper into this mystery of cross-species devotion and the unbelievable reunion that follows, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Your support allows us to continue bringing these incredible stories to light. Also, we love connecting with our global community, so please leave a comment down below telling us exactly where you are watching from and what time it is in your part of the world right now. Now, let us step back into the dense, fragrant shadows of the forest to understand the roots of this extraordinary heartbreak. Long before the heavy silence settled over Quito's enclosure, this sanctuary was filled with a very different energy, defined by a bond that seemed pulled from the realm of fiction. 5 years prior, Quito shared a sprawling, specialized habitat with an unlikely companion, a deeply soulful, intensely observant orangutan named Booty. Their connection was a tapestry woven from contrasting textures and shared silences. Quito, with his immense charcoal-colored muscles and the commanding silver saddle of his back, was a mountain of quiet power. Booty, draped in flowing, sunset-colored fur that caught the golden hour light like spunfire, was a creature of the canopy, fluid and inquisitive. The air in their shared space always carried the sweet, earthy scent of crushed ferns, ripe mangoes, and the musky, ancient aroma of great apes living in perfect harmony. They communicated through the language of the heart, a vocabulary composed not of vocalizations, but of shared gazes, synchronized movements, and the gentle passing of woven leaves. Booty would often descend from the high ropes to meticulously groom the coarse, thick fur of Quito's massive shoulders, his long, leathery fingers moving with an empathetic precision that melted the silverback's natural stoicism. In return, Quito provided a profound, anchoring presence, a fortress of calm that Booty curled against when the distant rumbling of tropical storms made the air taste of ozone and fear. They were two halves of an emotional whole, their nervous systems intricately tethered together in a dance of pure cross-species trust. But nature and the logistical realities of sanctuary management can be incredibly unforgiving. A catastrophic storm season devastated the region, rendering their specialized, shared habitat structurally unsafe. The sanctuary was forced into a desperate, heartbreaking decision to ensure the physical safety of both animals, relocating them to entirely separate, distant sectors of the reserve while the years-long rebuilding process began. The separation was intended to be a mere physical division, but it quickly became a vast emotional chasm. As the heavy steel doors closed on their respective temporary enclosures, the acidic scent of profound anxiety flooded the air. The keepers watched, their own hearts breaking as a rapid and devastating deterioration took hold, not of the body, but of the spirit. Quito paced relentlessly, the concrete beneath his knuckles absorbing the frantic energy of his distress, his once proud posture folding inward as if crushed by the atmospheric pressure of his isolation. Across the sanctuary, Budi stopped climbing. The vibrant orangutan, born to navigate the heights, grounded himself on the cold, unforgiving floor of his enclosure, wrapping his long, orange arms around his torso in a desperate attempt to recreate the weight of Quito's comforting presence. The sanctuary experts were paralyzed by a growing desperation. Despite providing the highest quality nutrition and constant environmental enrichment, the behavioral signs were plummeting. The staff, reading the deeply expressive faces of these magnificent creatures, saw the light of curiosity extinguishing, replaced by the dull, flat gaze of profound depression. The turning point, the hidden emotional truth of their decline, was uncovered not through complex clinical analysis, but through a beautifully simple, accidental revelation. A keeper, moving supplies between the sectors, unknowingly carried a heavily used fleece blanket from Budi's enclosure into Quito's quarantine area. The blanket, smelling distinctly of Budi's sweet, dusty scent and the dry grass he loved, was tossed over a resting platform. The moment Quito caught the scent, the frantic pacing ceased entirely. The massive silverback approached the fabric with a trembling reverence, pressing it to his face and inhaling deeply. The behavioral ecologists observing him noted something miraculous. Quito's erratic, elevated heart rate, monitored via distant telemetry, instantly slowed. His breathing deepened, aligning with a rhythm of peace he hadn't known in years. This was the breathtaking realization they were not merely companions, they were each other's emotional regulators. The mystery of their rapid decline was rooted in the profound physiological reality of their bond. Their love wasn't a human projection, it was a biological anchor, a tether so powerful that its severing had left them drifting in an ocean of internal chaos. It took 5 agonizingly long years to secure the funding, redesign, and construct a new, expansive, multi-species habitat capable of safely housing them together once more. The day of their reunion dawned with a crisp, clarifying breeze, the air carrying the scent of fresh pine, blooming jasmine, and the heavy, humid promise of renewal. The new enclosure was a masterpiece of simulated jungle, bathed in a warm, golden haze of morning light. As the heavy, mechanized gates slowly slid open, breaking the morning silence with a low, metallic hum, the world seemed to hold its collective breath. Quito stepped out first, his silverback catching the radiant light, his nostrils flaring as he processed the rush of new scents. From the opposite side, Budi emerged, moving with a hesitant, aching slowness. The moment their eyes locked across the expanse of vibrant green, time suspended. There was no chaotic rush, no aggressive posturing. Instead, there was a profound, magnetic pull. As they closed the distance, the atmosphere shifted from tense anticipation to a heavy, almost sacred stillness. When they finally stood face to face, Budi reached out with one long, sunset-colored arm, resting his palm against the broad, dark expanse of Quito's chest. The silverback closed his eyes, leaning his massive weight into the touch. In that single, breathtaking moment, their breathing synchronized, a deep, resonant inhalation, followed by a shuddering, collective exhalation that seemed to expel 5 years of stored, acidic grief. The tension visibly melted from their musculature, replaced by a soft, enduring peace as Budi climbed effortlessly onto Quito's back, returning to his rightful place as if the intervening years were nothing but the ghost of a bad dream. This miraculous reunion forces us to confront a profound philosophical legacy. It dismantles the archaic notion that deep, complex empathy is an exclusively human trait. Keto and Booty's story is a testament to the staggering emotional intelligence of animals, proving that they experience the world not just through the raw mechanics of survival, but through a deeply nuanced sixth sense of love. Their bond challenges us to recognize that grief, longing, and the healing power of connection are universal languages spoken fluently by the beautiful, sentient souls we share this planet with. As we close this incredible chapter of resilience and reunion, we are reminded of the invisible threads that bind all living things together in the shared experience of the heart. If this story moved you, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this deeply emotional journey with your friends and family. We want to hear from you as well. Have you ever witnessed a moment of pure animal intuition or a bond that defied explanation? Share your incredible stories with us in the comments below, and until next time, keep your hearts open to the unspoken language of the wild.